What were they going to celebrate? They were going to celebrate the Passover. If you don't know much about Jewish history, this is a reference back to the Old Testament in the book of Exodus. And what they would do, what they were celebrating, was so much more than just like some random holiday for them. The Passover festival was more so a part of their identity as a people of who they were. It was so important to them because of what happened, of what they were celebrating. Passover, they were celebrating their freedom from slavery to Egypt. What happened whenever Egypt was enslaving Israel? God punished Egypt for what they had done to His chosen people, and He sent 10 plagues on Egypt against Pharaoh to set his people free. And the 10th and final plague was the death of the firstborn. But Israel didn't have to experience that death because they were obedient to God and what they did. He told Moses to tell the people, I need you to sacrifice a lamb, and I want you to take the blood of that sacrifice and paint it over the doorpost of your house. And then whenever the angel of death comes, whenever my judgment comes upon Israel, you will not have to experience the death that they will. And it says that every single household in Egypt experienced death that night. The firstborn of even the animals, it says even the cattle, there was death. And so what is Jesus doing here right now in this moment, coming to celebrate the festival of the Passover as a 12-year-old boy? What's taking place for us? What does this mean for us as Christians? God looked down on His people just like He did in Exodus. He looked down on us and He said, my people need set free from slavery, but not slavery to Egypt. Not slavery to Babylon. Not slavery to Rome. They need set free from slavery to sin. And it's going to come at a cost. There's got to be a sacrifice for their sins. But for the kingdom that God is trying to establish and is bringing, it can't happen with just any old normal lamb. The only worthy sacrifice is if God Himself comes down, lives a sinless life, a perfect life, and is the sacrifice in our place. And because of the blood of Jesus, the Lamb, His blood being painted over your life, you don't have to experience the judgment of God, the death that you deserve. Because of Jesus. Because of His blood being painted over your life. And so when Jesus comes into Jerusalem at 12 years old to celebrate the Passover, think of the foreshadowing of what's coming. Think of what God is doing here. This is huge. This is huge right here. What's taking place?